Okay, guys, thank you for joining me. This is the Latest247. So, on this, we're going to be talking about Pastor Chris Oyakilome, who is the founder of the Love Word, the TV network, and most importantly, the church, which is Christ Embassy. He is the founder of Christ Embassy, the leading pastor of Christ Embassy, and he's known worldwide. So, he has a very big influence, in the space of religion and in the space of education also, because he's quite educated and he continues to push that forward. So currently and recently he has been fined by the UK agency for about £125,000, and this is from the office of the United Kingdom Office of Communication. They fined Pastor Chris Oyakilome and his religious channel Love Word £125,000. Now, this is coming after Love Word and Pastor Chris, of course, himself has been warned before. I mean, if you know anything about our Christ Embassy, you know that Pastor Chris is one person that has not believed and still do not believe that COVID-19 is real. He has continued to counter that, in different arguments, continue to counter that COVID-19 is real, but rather he has continued to say it's a planned work and it's something that is meant to, to scare people, to reduce it. And, there are a lot of things like that. He doesn't believe in it. Even his church member, he has also put it in them not to believe that COVID-19 is real. But we know that somehow information has been there. We have seen results. We have seen evidences that the COVID-19 is real. People are dying. People are suffering. People are in very, very, critical cases because of the COVID-19. But yet the pastor doesn't believe in it. Now, we might want to understand and agree with him because he's someone that is religious. You might want to say, okay, we know it's like some churches and some religious bodies that do not believe in sickness. So no matter what is wrong with them, they don't take drugs. No matter what is wrong with them, they don't go to the hospital because they believe, and it's their belief, and it works for them. So there is no problem. So probably the same thing is happening for this. His own belief is also working for him that COVID-19 is not real. His pastors and church members have been told and moved in that direction not to believe in COVID-19, and so they don't even use nose masks, they don't use hand sanitizers, they don't do social distancing. They are just normal, living their life normal. And for some reason, I think they don't seem to have cases of COVID-19. I don't know, but I've not really heard a case of spread or issues with COVID-19 in the church of, Christ Embassy and things like that. It has not really happened like that. Maybe because they believe it's working for them. So, but United Kingdom, which is particularly his Love Word TV channel, has actually been fined because they have continued to say they don't believe in it. And it doesn't matter if you believe in it or not. When it has to do with other people, because what you say, people are listening to you and you're a man of influence, and what the TV station is putting out is also very important because people tune into these channels and they listen to you. So that is why the United Kingdom is actually fining him, because there is a code, a broadcasting code that has been decimated to control what people say about this virus, so as not to get negative or misinformation to the public. But the Love Word has ignored that because they have continued to say that the virus is not real. And of course, what even actually, like when they say the last straw that broke the camel's back was when they were now saying people should not take the vaccine. That is very, very strong. And the broadcasting code of the country actually debunks and do not agree with that. And so for that reason, they are not taking it lightly with him. When he said COVID-19 was not real and, talking about the 5G, whether 5G brought COVID-19 or not, they just warned him, but they didn't find him. But now that he's saying people should not take the vaccine, when people are looking for ways, when government is looking for ways to encourage the populace to take the vaccine so as to reduce the infection rate and, of course, reduce the death rate, now the church, the Love Word station, is broadcasting and saying that people should not take the vaccine. So it's going contrary to what the government wants. It's going contrary to what the World Health Organization is preaching. So and that is why they are finding him. And of course, people have their individual opinion, and it doesn't matter if you have your individual opinion, no problem, that is your individual opinion. But when you start having a level of influence whereby what you say is going to affect people's decision, then it becomes a problem for the public. It's no longer a personal decision. It becomes a decision they are trying to drive down or force down into people's throat. And so that is why it's very important that this is happening. Now, COVID-19 vaccine, a lot of people have said is not very potent. I mean, we've had cases and we've seen it where even people that took the vaccine are still being infected. People that actually, got the shot still got infected, and people that got the shot still, it just didn't work the way it was expected. Now we know that a lot of those vaccines don't have 100% accuracy, but it had to be pushed out because it was urgent that a vaccine is produced. So that is a big problem to everyone. And even some vaccines, some people that took the vaccine complained about having, complications. There are some batches that came from, some of the companies that produce it. They are talking about when people take it, it causes blood clot. And when blood clotting happens, it affects people. Some people get seizures and some even die from it. So people are not really sure if they should take it or not. A lot of people, a lot of polls that have been carried out by TV stations. If you watch a lot of TV stations, you see people, they ask in the street, are you going to take the vaccine or not? And some say they will not take it. They will not even try to take it. And some say they will wait and then watch other people take it. And if they did not die or did not have any complication, then before they will also take it. So it's something of people not trusting the vaccine, because someone has actually highlighted it before, that how come when they are producing vaccine for different kind of illnesses in the past, it takes years to come up with the vaccine, and then suddenly COVID-19 came, and within 1 year they already have a vaccine. That means a lot of things we are rushed, and the pharmaceutical companies kind of mount pressures on government to give an approval for those vaccines to be used so that people can get treatment. But people wanted the vaccine. Everybody wanted the vaccine because the virus was beginning to cause mayhem. So people wanted it, and the pharmaceutical company put in their resources and made sure that they got that. So it's a good achievement for everyone, even though we are not certain of its accuracy, but at least it gives an assurance that something is happening. A lot of countries have gotten millions of doses. Nigeria has gotten millions of doses, although it's not enough, but at least Nigeria has a lot of doses that are given to the population, and we are hoping for more. But the issue that some countries are having is the fact that these vaccines, we are, partitioned in such a way that they will not give you everything at once. You take one and then you take the first shot, and maybe after 6 months or thereabout, you take the second completing shot. Now, some countries that got the first shot are complaining because the second shot is being delayed by those pharmaceutical companies that are supposed to send it to them. And I think they're kind of trying to make it come from a business angle, because if they delay it, they didn't provide it, then those countries will have to look for ways to make it happen, and thereby maybe paying a lot more. Because they say, okay, we have orders from other countries that we're trying to meet, but if you are going to meet your order, then you have to pay us more. So they're going to capitalize on that and make more money from it. So it's more like a business thing. Even though pharmaceutical companies are trying to help, providing vaccine, it's still a business to them. And they are making huge money right now. Now, if you have a pharmaceutical stock, the stock that has to do with pharmacy, with health drugs and everything is going high right now, because it is the main junction of growth right now. And people are capitalizing on that. So that's what I'm going to talk about. So what do you think about the COVID-19? Do you think it is real? Do you think it's just a fiction? Do you think it's a planned work, like, some people have been, preaching? And do you think the vaccine also is worth it? Would you take the vaccine yourself, or have you taken the vaccine yourself? What do you think about the vaccine? I want to hear your own side of it. I want to hear your own, your own contribution. What do you think about it? What do you think of it? Leave it in the comment section, guys. Thank you for listening, and that's it.